Hey guys, Mana here bringing you another guide. Actually, not just a regular guide, this is a reluctant guide because originally I wanted to do an April Fool's joke video on you guys, but it didn't work out the way I wanted to. Basically, I planned on doing like a target dummy rotation video and then show myself on like a 5-man heroic boss, but I would be playing really bad. Like, I would just put up my dots and then like just spam fell flames while I jumped around, and I would just be justifying this terrible plays, saying stuff like, yeah, so right here I let Shadow Embrace drop, and I don't reapply it. Well, that's okay, it's only 15% dot damage. But then I looked at the video, and it turns out I left recount on, and I was somehow top DPS in those groups by a lot. So I didn't want to use that footage because it may have led people to mimic that playstyle for some reason. So yeah, instead of that, you guys are going to get an actual guide. And I'm not sure if that's better or worse, but regardless, here we go. So this guide's going to be about key binding, and I know I've talked a little bit about it in the past, but not nearly as much as I should have. So in this guide, I'm going to be getting into a little bit more detail about keybinds and why they're important. So the first major issue comes with the clicking versus key binding debate. You're oftentimes going to see people that defend clicking saying things like, I've always clicked and it works for me, and this guy has 9.1k reader rating and he clicks, and those might be true. They could very well be true, but that still doesn't matter, because even if there's someone that clicks and is an exceptionally good player, he can be an even better player if he uses keybinds. Pressing a key will always be faster than moving your mouse over to the button and clicking on it. I should also add, though, that obviously you're not going to be an expert right away at this. This is why a lot of people just don't like keybinds, because it does take some effort to get used to it, but it's usually nowhere near as hard as many people seem to think, and oftentimes you just need a place to start, and then you can really start getting good at keybinds. So in addition to clicking, using your keyboard to turn your character is also bad, keyboard turning. It's really slow compared to turning your character with your mouse, and I find that a lot of people that click also keyboard turn. So there's not a whole lot I can say about this. So instead, I figured I would show you why keyboard turning is bad and why mouse turning is completely superior. All right. So first, I'm gonna keyboard turn, and then I'm gonna mouse turn just to show the difference between the two. See, keyboard turning is really slow, and mouse turning is pretty much instant, and that's why it's so much better because you just do everything a lot faster that way. So what's so great about key binding? Well, in addition to making you a faster player, they help boost your awareness. And having good awareness is what makes a good raider. When you click, you spend time looking at your bars, and even if you're the fastest clicker in the world, you need to look at your bars, and the time you take to look at your bars adds up. And it's time that could have been spent looking at your surroundings, tracking your internal cooldowns, making sure you don't have to move or worry about some mechanic. It just makes you a faster, more aware player. So to get good with keybinds, it's important to start slow because you're not just going to want to suddenly bind all your spells. You're going to have no idea what to do. You're going to be completely overwhelmed. And if you're someone that currently keyboard turns, then the first thing you should do is get used to moving with something like WAD or ESF or something similar to that. And once you're used to a good set of movement keys, then you should start to slowly add spells to keys that are around your movement keys that you can comfortably reach. And eventually, you're going to want to start using a modifier key, such as Shift or Control. And right here, the keys that you see right now are the ones that I currently have found. And it's actually not that much, and it doesn't take a whole lot of time to really get used to. So it's something that you should definitely try out. It won't take that long. Give it maybe a couple weeks, and then you're going to start to really see some good results with keybinds. So that ends this guide. Sorry that it feels a bit rushed, but I was putting off making a guide all week because I was trying to decide between making a guide or an April Fool's joke. And then the April Fool's thing didn't work, so I had to make this guide. I didn't have a guide last week, so I really wanted to make sure I had something on Friday this week. So I'm not 100% happy with this guide, but there's not really a whole lot more that I could really add to it. If you're a beginner, this is probably the most important part. If you're trying to learn keybinds, you should definitely try to follow the progression you see here. I really think it'll help you out a lot. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below or in a private message. And if you enjoyed what you guys saw, feel free to like and to subscribe. Later, guys.